Hey, hey, good morning. It is Wednesday, and we are looking at some beautiful fall colors. We're looking at some changes coming up in the weather, and we also have a great show in store for you this morning. I'm Ashley LaFleur, your host here in the studio. We have Tricia Swenson out and about in the field today. She's going to be running around Vail literally because you know how she works. She just hustles like crazy. So, really excited for the show that we have in store for you. It's September 8th, by the way. It doesn't that seem crazy that it's already September 8th, but we're going to start things off with a little stroll around Vail. And my goodness, this footage is absolutely stunning. So on the show today, we have Mike Imhoff from the Vail Valley Foundation, and he's going to be talking about their upcoming community concert. Tricia will be making some anti-inflammatory chili with Christine Perangeli. And then we also have some fly fishing adventures with John Packer. We'll be catching up with Lance over at Betteridge Jewelers. And we have some real estate picks with Liv Sotheby's International Realty. It's all coming your way from Vail, where you're seeing this gorgeous footage. Rachel, my goodness, this is stunning. Yes, looking so good out there. Very much still looking like this, but then we're also starting to see those leaves changing and those temperatures are dropping just ever so slightly. Also, have you seen our new look? You see our new scroll? Like, thank you, Rachel and Emma and Meredith, our producers, for putting that together. So if you're curious about what's going on today, you can always just kind of, if you don't want to listen to my yapping, just take a look at what's going on there. But we should probably bring in my girl Tricia Swenson, who is out there in the field. Tricia, you are all the way zipped up this morning, looking a little
Oh,
chilly.
yeah. Can you see my breath?
Uh,
Because we could see our breath this morning. It was 41 in the car driving in, but then on the phone it said 46. But okay, in the 40s. But I think it's going to warm up pretty rapidly. The sun just crested over the Gore Range, and we are east of Vail Village. We're at the Ford Amphitheater, the Gerald R Ford Amphitheater, also known as the AMP. And we've got a great concert coming up this Thursday that we're going to tell you about on the show. But a little bit of history of the Ford Amphitheater. It's been around for 30 plus years. 1987 is when they opened the doors, and a Willie Nelson and family played a concert in July of that year. And, before it happened, there was a long road to get to that opening night. In fact, a lot of people thought this location was too far for people to come from Vail Village over here. You know how it was back in the day where it just was like, what? Who's going to come all the way over here? And, 30 plus years later, this is one of the destinations to come to during the summer, with the Hot Summer Nights concerts that they have, Bravo, Vail Dance Festival, such a draw. Rodrigo and Gabriella just last weekend. But some of the other big names that have played here, especially during that opening year, they had the Colorado Springs Symphony, they had the Alvin Ailey Repertory Company, and Bob Hope performed on this stage. This was back in the day when the Jerry Ford Invitational golf tournament was going on. So some big names, the Smothers Brothers, Dave Matthews, Dixie Chicks, Sheryl Crow, they've all performed on this stage before. And then, of course, we have Death Cab for Cutie coming up. So we have some great things happening at the Ford Amphitheater. So we're really excited to be here and to learn more about this community concert. Kind of a thank you to the essential workers and just a reflection back on how far we've come and what we still need to go through to really pull together as a community to get through the pandemic.
Oh man, so cool. Of course you have all that great history. And I also love the little plaque that's dedicated to the Fords, like right when you walk in. I love the picture that they have of them up there. So beautiful. And speaking of how beautiful it is, can we talk about let's talk about the weather, Trisha. So this morning, all right, so starting off in the 40s, but it is gonna work, and it is pretty hazy out there too.
Yeah, you know what? We're seeing kind of just a thin layer of clouds. I'm not seeing that haze come in yet like it did yesterday. Yesterday we had that clear morning, and then the haze built later on throughout the day and lasted. The sunset. Wow, big red sun kind of thing. So I think we'll see that today. But I think morning time is the best if you want to take some photos. The bluest sky will be in the morning.
Yeah, that sunrise driving in this morning from Eagle was so beautiful. It was so pink and orange, and I mean, that's one thing, with those some of those high clouds and some of that haze, it does create for beautiful sunrises and sunsets. And so, Rachel's kind of scrolling through the temperatures right now. So high of 84 in Eagle, high of 76 in Vail. But Rach and Tricia, let's let's look at that extended forecast, shall we? Let's just kind of scroll down. Rachel says she doesn't want to because she knows what's coming. She
Oh
knows what's
no, what's
coming.
coming?
Oh, just you wait. Hold on. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just kind of hot, dry, hazy. Saturday, just kind of dipping down to about 75. Sunday, high of 70. Mostly cloudy throughout the day, some moisture on the way. And next week, it looks like we're going to be seeing those highs in the upper 60s and low 70s in Vail. You're welcome.
Okay, hey, I better go find Mike Imhoff. We've got our
Okay.
interview with him. So
Okay, you go find Mike. I'll finish up this weather and gloating about the fall temperatures. All right, you screwed off. All right, so a big thank you to Carrots. They have been creating heirlooms for 50 years now, and they're located right in Vail Village, just past a parking structure next to Latour, and they create some really beautiful, beautiful pieces. And it's a working studio gallery, so you can go in there and you can see them, creating new pieces. And then they also have some gorgeous pieces from their artists like Koji Kawamoto and also Carolyn Tyler are a few of my favorites, but stop on in and say hello to them. Now, also say hello to us. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, please chat with us this morning. Say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. We really it is one of my favorite things ever to see where you're watching from and to be able to talk with you live during the show. That's one of the best parts about it. So please hit us up, say hello, and then subscribe too. You can subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the actions. You can find us on vaildaily.com. You can find us on Roku, on Amazon Fire. We're also on Spotify. If you want to get out and maybe do a little walk and listen to what we've got going on, you can do that. So make sure to do that. Oh, we've got a little chat going on. Look at you. You guys are the best saying hello. Let's see. Posey, hello from BC. Good morning. Is that from British Columbia or is that from Beaver Creek? I'm curious, Posey, but good morning. Hi. Thank you so much for saying hello. Okay. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have your headlines. It's a meaty one today, and then we'll also be catching up with Tricia and Mike Imhoff. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Okay, welcome back. It is Friday. It's not Friday. My goodness. I'm looking forward to Friday very much. It is Wednesday, September 8th. Also, big thank you. I need to probably drink a little bit more of this from Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. Get your caffeine, get your loose leaf teas, get your breakfast empanadas, get your smoothies. They have two locations. They're Minturn Roastery and then also their location in Beaver Creek. And before we jump into our headlines this morning, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to the Deaf Child Hope. They're doing a celebration and benefit dinner in Eagle on Friday night. That's why I was thinking about Friday. And also, so I'm really excited about this, mainly because my aunt Diane, is deaf, and she has come up from Colorado Springs. So we're going to be going to this dinner together. And what's really cool about this is that the special guest and keynote speaker is Heather Whitestone McCollum, and she is Miss America 1995, and she's the only deaf Miss America that we've had. So she's going to be speaking at this event, and you'll hear right there that sign that she's making, which I think is so special, and it's something that's very special in our family. It just means I love you. And so if you want to sign up, it's $35 per person for the dinner, or you can buy a table of 8, and that's $280. They also have childcare available for the dinner for $10, but really special. And I'm so excited to be attending that with my family and with my Aunt Diane. So, and I think Aunt Diane is watching this morning. So good morning, Aunt Diane. I love you. Good morning. So head on down to Eagle and get signed up. You can go to bit. It's bit.ly and then Celebration Dinner Eagle, but make sure to capitalize each of those words. So I'm gonna be down there. It's gonna be a good time. Now let's talk about what's going on with your headlines for today. So big paper today, a lot of good information and probably a lot of information you're gonna have a lot of opinions on. Let's just say that. So looking at the front cover, the River Park is back on the table. Before we get into that though, look at this beautiful. This is rubber rabbit brush blooming in Edwards. So also you can kind of see some of that haze in the photo there. But so the River Park is back on the table, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But as we flip open to the front cover, politics not as usual. So this one goes on for quite a bit. There's a lot of information here, but basically the latest draft of Colorado's congressional map would create a whole new dynamic in the state, and we could probably talk about this the entire show. So make sure to check that out on page A2. It continues throughout the paper, so you can see exactly what's going on there. And then the River Park. So the River Park team presented a scaled back plan after a last minute tabling in March. Developers cut 100 residential units. So this is back on the table. You can find out more on page A3. And then as we keep on going here, the COVID dashboard has been updated over Labor Day weekend. So now it's showing vaccine status, and locally 8 of 78 hospitalizations are from vaccinated individuals. So you can see how that breaks down there on page A4. And then on page A5, the school board is voting on future compensation. So in May, Colorado passed a law allowing school board members to be compensated for their service. So advocates of the new law are just arguing that by compensating the board members, that it could make the service a little bit more feasible for community members. So you can learn more about that. And then let's just keep on going. So we also have another article here about what's going on with COVID cases. So last week, it prompted some remote learning at Stone Creek Charter School in Gypsum, but it looks like as of this week, most of the students are back in class in person. So again, quite a meaty one here at the Vail Daily. And you know, it's totally free. So you can pick that up. Oh shoot, and I forgot there's one last one too. So Vail Resorts announced that they've gone back to mask requirements indoors. So this applies to enclosed buildings, vehicles, and yurts. It does not uh, it's not for gondolas, chairlifts, or open tents unless required by local public health. But again, you can find out more about that in the paper today. So a lot to talk about there. So vaildaily.com, you can pick it up if you're watching from somewhere beyond Eagle County, or you can pick it up in those blue boxes for free every single day from Vail all the way down to Sarah. So a lot of information in the paper today. Okay, now speaking of information, should we do our weather really quick, or should we head on out to Tricia? Okay, so we'll do some weather coming up here in just a minute. But we have a special interview this morning with Mike Imhoff, and it's all part of the Charitable Foundation of Slifer Smith and Frampton. And this is one of the many nonprofits they support is the Vail Valley Foundation. So the Charitable Foundation of Slifer Smith and Frampton supports the local community through needs-based giving with a focus on families, youth enrichment, and environmental stewardship. Give one, give to many at ssfoundation.org.
My LinkedIn.
Hey everyone, I'm Tricia Swenson, and we are live at the Gerald R Ford Amphitheater. Joining me now, we have Mike Imhoff. He is the president of the Vail Valley Foundation, which brings so many wonderful performances to this venue and has done so for over 30 years. But Mike, we've got a big event coming up this Thursday, and it's all for the community. Tell us about this.
Sure, thanks. Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Okay, shoot. So we lost the audio there. We're going to revamp that because we definitely want to hear about this incredible concert that's going to be taking place at the Ford Amphitheater. But before we do that, let's go back to the chat because you guys are really, I love it so much when you actually say hello and when you do let us know where you're watching from. So Posey said hello from BC. John Bonner, good morning from North Carolina. John, how are you? Is it still rainy there? How's your weather looking like in North Carolina? Also, did I see Emma on there? Let's see. Let's go back to our chat here. Emma. Ash, you catching us up on all the Vail Valley deeds. Woo, it's for real. There's a lot going on there. So hello to our chat. Keep on saying hello this morning. It makes me so happy when you do that. Okay, let's talk about the weather really fast before we go back out to Tricia. So I think if you've been watching the show, you know that I've now become like the leader of Team Fall here at Vail Daily Live. I'm so in love with fall. It's my favorite time of the year. And thankfully, I have an incredible crew. We've got Emma, we've got Claire. They're all on Team Fall. Rachel, who's pushing the buttons, and she's capable of making some lower thirds that may, suggest things. she's what we would call like a fall Grinch. She really likes summer. So does Tricia. They love hanging on to that summer. Well, listen, ladies, you have about a few days left of this summer weather, and then we have a big shift. I'm so excited. Okay, so I see that lower third. Lower third. I don't know about that. I think that's wrong. Okay, listen, let's talk about this weather. So this morning, it's, the most beautiful sunrise. Sunrise now is happening, by the way, around like 6:40 in the morning, which means that for someone that has several dogs, getting them out to take them for walks, it's almost time to put on the headlamp to make that happen. So anyway, it is starting to get a little bit darker in the mornings, and we are going to be seeing those temperatures once again getting into the upper 70s if you're, in Vail, and then if you're in Eagle and Gypsum, highs are going to be in the mid to upper 80s again for today. So very much feeling like summer. You're welcome, Rachel. It's feeling like summer today and tomorrow. and then I feel like this is where we need to just look at that extended forecast. Rachel says no. Listen, by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, things are going to shift a little bit, and we're going to see those temperatures dropping. We're going to see some moisture back in the forecast, and we are looking at highs in the upper 60s and low 70s in Vail for next week. So woo! Yes, Eva, that's right. You can put all those lower thirds up that you want. All right. So it's all brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. So whether you want to get ready for your summer-like adventures today and tomorrow and Friday, tomorrow and Friday. Yep, that's right. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. There we go. You can head on over to the outlets, find those elevated savings, but you can also find those fall layers that you're going to need because those temperatures are going to be dropping here shortly. Very excited about that. Okay, so let's maybe head back outside and see what things are looking like. Okay, so Tricia and Mike, it looks absolutely stunning out there, you two. Okay, so I'm so excited to hear all the details about this community concert. So take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Ashley. Yes, I do have Mike Imhoff here. He's the president of the Vail Valley Foundation, and they've been working hard all summer to bring great concerts to the Gerald R Ford Amphitheater. They've been bringing great entertainment here for 30 years plus. And Mike, we've got a fun concert for the community happening tomorrow, Thursday night.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me. So tomorrow night is the Vail Valley Foundation's end of summer community concert. We really started talking about it back in May, and we're doing it for two reasons. This is an event that we want to become an annual celebration. The first reason we did it is really to it's a pretty vibrant summer around here. And as we look at early September, bringing close to the summer season, and then all of us looking so hopefully to the future and an amazing winter season, we hope. That was one of the reasons. The other, as we look at our amazing community, it's so resilient as we've all been on this roller coaster of the pandemic and ups and downs, and we're not out of this yet. We thought this would be a tremendous opportunity for us to just really recognize that it's been a difficult time for a lot of people. We've all shared a fair amount of heartache and sadness and difficulty, but also we want to honor those individuals that every single day are getting up and going to work, our frontline workers, our amazing healthcare system and their staff, our teachers that are now back at it every day, teaching our young ones, lodging, restaurant, retail, you name it. Every business segment is just keeping our community vibrant.
Oh yeah, and you know what? And also you're featuring the Valley's best performers, the musicians throughout the Valley. They are the stars of the show, and they were impacted very much so because of different things closing down, and the entertainment industry hit so hard. And so we're gonna have kind of three different groups of music, and this is what I think it's gonna be so neat. You have everyone that you love to hear on one stage.
Yes. Yes, I think some of our team has referred to it as the Bant's the Last Waltz
Yeah,
concept,
it is
which
Vail
is,
Valley
I
version.
think there's nearly like 40 amazing musicians. There's 3 different segments. At doors open 4:30. We have probably, there's a first set, and then there's a break with some live that's different, and then there's a second set and a third. It ends on a high note and
Yeah.
should be terrific.
Well, it should be great. And it's going to go from probably about 5 to 8. So you can still get the kids home for school the next day. But yeah, Brent Gordon and Kevin Danzig were on the show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I know Brent's been assembling the Love, Love, which is Legends of Vail, Eclectic. And then Dennis Skinner. And of course, we've had Turntable Review with Terry Armstead working hard to get that kind of genre of music ready to go. And then to close it out with a little bit of rock and roll, Johnny Schlepper, Jake Wolf leading that third group.
Yeah, no, it'll be fantastic. And we're so glad to make it all about the community, all local musicians.
And that's another thing is that the Vail Valley Foundation, you do so much for our community, but during the pandemic, while most people were like binge watching something on Netflix, you guys were busy. You had your heads down, looking for solutions, collaborating with so many different groups. It was, a busy time for you.
Yes, it was. In addition to the normal mission of arts, athletics, education, in the spring, late spring of 2020, we saw a couple of things happen. One is we were going into the pandemic, tremendous uncertainty. We created 2 opportunities. One was the Vail Valley Foundation Community Fund, which ended up, due to the generosity of our board of directors and pretty much all of our staff in this amazing community, raised $1.6 million to really address housing and food insecurity, mental health, youth and children, domestic violence, opportunities for us to really lift them up because people were being laid off. There was a lot of economic uncertainty. And the other thing we did is we were able to put together a task force, what we called the Private Sector Task Force. This was back in April. And that was really taking the healthcare system, public health, county government, nonprofits, and pretty much every single business segment of this community and bringing them together into a task force to think thoughtfully about how do we get through this? How do we do it together? What are the right policies to keep people safe, but maintain some economic vitality? Yeah. And we're not perfect and we struggled like every other place, but we're doing better than others.
Well, thank you so much for your leadership and your foresight to help us, navigate through this. And we still are navigating through this. And we do want to let you know that even though this is a free show tomorrow night, we want people to register online, and they can easily do so. And it'll appear like you're going to buy the ticket, but then there's no charge. So don't worry about, I got to put my credit card in. Yeah. Not the case. And then proof of vaccination, ID, bring that along. Either have it on your phone or your card, and you'll be good to go to come on in.
GRFA Vail.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, GRFA Vail. .com is where you're going to get your tickets. Okay, well, Mike, I can't wait. We're going to be here tonight. The weather looks like it's going to be perfect for an event, so we'll see you tomorrow at the end.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Tricia and Mike. That sounds amazing. And again, just wanted to remind you that the Charitable Foundation of Slifer Smith and Frampton, supporting the local community through needs-based giving with a focus on families, youth enrichment, and environmental stewardship. Give to one, give to many at ssfoundation.org. All right, we are going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we are going to be finding out how to make some or anti-inflammatory chili, which for those of us that definitely struggle with like a little bit more inflammation, this is amazing. And especially with those temperatures starting to drop. Right, Rachel? She just rolled her eyes at me. That, having a nice warm chili recipe on the stove, so great this time of year. So come on back. We'll tell you all about it.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For, is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
When it comes to buying quality flooring for your Colorado home, there's only one store in the Vail Valley to choose from, Rugs Benedict. Having served the Vail Valley for over 40 years, you can be confident that you are working with true flooring experts. With hundreds of choices in stock and the combined buying power of 1,000 Carpet One stores, we will find incredible deals for you. Rugs Benedict offers the best selection in area rugs, hardwood flooring, carpet, and luxury vinyl, so that you can find the perfect fit to fill the beautiful space in your home or business and have it installed right away. We don't use freelancers, and neither should you. Rest assured and let our full-time staff of professionals at Rugs Benedict install your new floor with the highest quality standards and a lifetime installation guarantee. So stop by and pay us a visit at our 10,000 square foot showroom in Avon and let our team find you incredible deals and a flawless flooring experience. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know floors.
Okay, welcome back. And I wanted to just say hello to our chat once again this morning. So John Bonner, he's watching from North Carolina. I was asking him about the weather there because last time we kind of caught up, it was going to be rainy. So good morning from North Carolina. So he says in North Carolina, it's still hot. Lows last night in the 70s. Oh, John, in the 70s? Still warm enough to enjoy the beach, but cooler weather will be coming soon. Yes, it will, John. We're very excited about this. And cheers for the Vail Valley Foundation and all they do for the Vail area community. I could not agree more. So thank you so much, John. And if you're watching this morning, please let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what your weather looks like. Let us know if you have any questions. And so I wanted to point out to one of the things that I love doing in the fall is, first of all, the 4x4 Jeep tours at Beaver Creek, especially if you have people like, for instance, my Aunt Diana is up visiting us from the Springs, and she has a little bit of trouble walking. So this is perfect for her because you can get in these open air Jeeps and then they take you up and give you history and fun. And that's JB who's driving. He's my buddy. Love JB. Learn some really cool things from these guides. They're so knowledgeable. And then of course you get the beautiful views of Beaver Creek without necessarily having to hike or bike. So it's a great option for the entire family. And then a lot of times they do them where they pair them with wine. Okay. Yes, please. But the views are just stunning. And I've done this with my family a couple times, and especially in the fall. Oh man, and they access some of these places that, would take you hours if you were going to be hiking or biking, and then you get to just enjoy the scenery while they do all the hard work driving. So if you haven't done one of those yet, highly recommend it. And then also they still have horseback riding up at Beaver Creek. So that's another really cool way to see all the fall colors, and you can see the horses here. Isn't it amazing that they have the stables right on the mountain? I think it's one of those things that's just so surprising because we would never know this is right at the bottom of Latigo, which is one of my favorite runs there at Beaver Creek. And they're so sweet. And I mean, look at this, the terrain that you get to go on. It's not just like you're walking on like some big open dirt road. You're actually cruising through the forest. And again, they have these really knowledgeable guides. The views are so stunning, and you get to see like a whole different perspective of Beaver Creek, and just so cool. Very, very much like quintessential Western activity to do. So make sure to go to beavercreek.com and you can find out all about how to book those two activities, but two of my favorites, especially in the fall. Now, with those temperatures starting to get cooler, we'll dive into more of that a little bit later. Tricia had a chance to catch up with Christine Perangeli, and she has this anti-inflammatory chili recipe. So I'm very excited to learn more about this because I'm definitely somebody that notices, like I struggle with this quite a bit. So let's take a look. I'm going to be taking notes.
Nothing tastes better on a cold day than a pot of chili, and we're going to learn the anti-inflammatory qualities of this chili made by Christine Perangeli, and she's a certified master nutrition therapist with Profound Wellness here in Vail. And anti-inflammatory qualities, a lot of people don't quite know what that means. They don't understand it, but this is an easy recipe. You could serve your family and still be healthy.
That's right, that's right. Some of the major inflammers are sugar, gluten, and dairy. So this recipe has none of those. And inflammation in our body, systemic inflammation, is the root of many of the major diseases found today: cancer, heart disease, diabetes, dementia. So avoiding those properties is really a strong marker for our health.
Well, yeah, and you know what? Just being able to do it with simple ingredients, using food kind of as medicine, that whole metaphor.
Yes,
and
it's fast. Yes. It warms us up.
Yeah, and these ingredients, simple ingredients, you can easily find them at the grocery store. You can enhance certain things if you want, or tailor certain things to your needs. But what do we have here?
So we've got fire roasted diced tomatoes, mild green chilies, tomato paste, onions, red peppers, a mix of spices, cilantro, garlic, ground beef, and tri-colored beans. You can use any pinto,
kind of beans
black,
you want.
any kinds of beans you want.
Okay, all right, let's take this over to the stovetop and get cooking.
Fabulous. We'll start with a little oil for sauteing. And then I will throw in onions, peppers, and the mild green chilies. Saute these for 5 to 10 minutes on low, just to get the onions nice and caramelized, and everything mixed together. We'll add the beef. Once that beef is cooked, I start adding my spices, my beans, my tomatoes. Usually the beef takes 10 to 15 minutes, and then I just start adding everything else in.
And then you can let it simmer as long as you want, right?
Absolutely. The longer it simmers, the more the flavors are able to meld together. So we all know chili is even better left over the next day, and that's just because those flavors are able to mix in together.
Okay. All right, our chili is ready, and instead of adding the typical toppings like your sour cream or cheddar cheese, which are dairy and that's an inflammatory food, you've added a little avocado.
Right, lots of fiber, protein, and healthy fats. They're really the perfect food. So
Okay.
having a side of guacamole, adding some avocado to the chili, wonderful anti-inflammatory benefits.
And you have a lot of information that you can share, whether you do the programs, you have individual clients, and they get a lot of great results by eating foods that are anti-inflammatory.
Right. Everything from, eliminating things like rheumatoid arthritis to weight loss, everything in between. It's really a gamut. It's really game-changing.
Okay, we can find out more. What's your website?
Profoundwellness.fit.
Okay, thanks, Christine. I'm gonna dig into this anti-inflammatory chili.
Oh, that looks so good. And also, Christine, I apologize. I was saying your last name completely wrong. So it's pure and jelly. That looks amazing. And we were just talking about, off camera about how we really want to try that. And here's why we want to show you this chili recipe. Okay. So for our weather today, tomorrow and Friday, just kind of hot, dry, hazy. We had that smoke kind of settled back into the valley, and so we're expecting more of that again today. And it's all brought to you by the town of Avon, the heart of the valley. Claire and I got to take a little lap around Nottingham on Monday. Beautiful time to get out there and maybe take a walk, but you're going to want to have your layers because, like Tricia was saying this morning, those temperatures are in the 40s. But let's take a look at this. So this is the weather for Avon. Yeah, Rach? Okay, so those highs in the upper 70s, 80s for today, tomorrow, again, Friday. But you'll see, look at this, on Saturday, it starts to cool down just a few degrees, partly cloudy. And then by Sunday, bam, high of 70. So this is in mostly cloudy skies. So that's going to be maybe a really good day to have some chili. And it looks like for next week, we're going to be seeing those temperatures staying in the upper 60s and low 70s. So it's like 60s in Vail, 70s in like the Eagle and Gypsum area. So I'm very excited about this because not only do we start to see, NFL football return tomorrow, but we'll start to see those temperatures cooling down. So there's nothing better to me than having, a Sunday with the windows open, have some football on, maybe have some chili going. Oh, so excited that it's pretty much here. So thank you to the town of Avon. Emma and I are both kind of like doing a little dance in the studio. Rachel is pretty much doing a dance with her eyes constantly rolling in the back of her head because she's so team summer. Oh, I love this animosity that's happening in the studio. It's so great. Okay, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some fly fishing. No matter what the temperatures, John Packer and his crew over at Fly Fishing Outfitters, they fly fish year round. So we're going to catch up with them. And then we have some things that are going to be sparkly and they're going to blow your mind coming your way from Betteridge. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Slifer Smith and Frampton, Vail Valley's choice for real estate from the very beginning. For generations, we've grown together. Thank you for making us the #1 real estate company in the Valley. From Denver to the mountains, As we live and connect with each other and our community, Slifer Smith & Frampton is here with experience, support, and opportunity. At home in the Vail Valley. Come visit us at any of our sales locations from Vail to Eagle.
All right, welcome back after that 30 seconds of zen out there on the river. And again, if you're thinking about fly fishing, it's so great to go with people that know this area inside and out. And that's the case at Fly Fishing Outfitters. They've been around since 1992, locally owned and operated. Oh, I'm getting a little itch in my throat. Hold on just a second. Excuse me. Mm. This is what happens when you talk too much in the morning and you're not hydrating. So, we've had some nice cooler nights, and that's definitely helping with the fly fishing outfitters. Their trips, and they have everything from the float trips to the wade trips, um, the walking trip. Like they do amazing trips, whether it's just maybe you want to go out by yourself, maybe you want to go out with your family, or maybe let's say you're planning like a wedding and you want to take your whole wedding party out. They do some corporate events and some wedding events. Like they'll be able to take you out in groups as well. But one of my favorite things to do is to talk about what's going on with the flies that are working out there, because the names on these things are so funny. Like I would love to know where they came from. So let's talk about some of the subsurface bugs that are producing on the Colorado River today. Apparently, Frenchies, pardigons, quill jigs, Duracell jigs, San Juan worms, the moppy. That's like, I feel like that's like share, like it's just like the one, like the moppy. I'm so curious what that looks like. Also, princes, pheasant tails, copper johns, and olive caddis pupa. So those are just a few. Also, some of the terrestrial patterns that are working. These are probably my favorite names. Dave's hoppers, Amy's ants, chubby Chernobyls, purple or red hippie stompers, black ants, and flying ants. But if you want the actual, like you want to get your kit all ready to go, you want to make sure that you have all of the information, give them a call at the shop. They're happy to tell you what the latest and greatest is. And then, of course, you can stop on in and get all the flies you need. You can get your gear. So 970-845-8090. They're located right next to Agave in Avon. And again, it's Fly Fishing Outfitters. They are Orbis endorsed, and they have been owned and operated here locally since 1992. So give them a call. Okay. So we're going to switch gears from fly fishing to beautiful gems, gorgeous watches, and probably most of all, excellent, excellent customer service. And here to prove that point this morning, Lance Fry and Tricia. Good morning, you two. Oh, Lance, good to see you. How are you?
Good. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, so good. And I'm so excited for this segment. I can't just I'll pick my jaw up off the desk here shortly, I'm sure.
You will. Now, today we're actually, for one of the first times, not doing any jewelry at all. We're going to do all one brand of watch that I really, really loved. I've loved for over 20 years. So I'm kind of going to go a little geeky and nerdy on this.
All right. We are talking Panerai, and we are showing quite a bit of the collection of Panerai. And yes, and I know that watches, that's kind of your thing. That's what you just
I
love.
really enjoy them. They're just, the history and everything about watches is so incredible. Thinking, these things started in the 1600s, and here we are still perfecting a small timepiece that tells accurate time on your wrist. So, it's just cool.
Yeah, it really is. It is kind of a neat phenomenon when you think about, that thing
what
that
goes
keeps
in
time.
happening inside of there.
With all the technology we have today, what they were able to do in the 1600s.
Yeah. And I've never really actually done this on any of the TV segments or something, is tell the story of what Panerai is and all four families. So this is why I think it's kind of fun to see.
All right, well, let's get to know the families.
Panerai started in 1860. This is an Italian company, started in Florence, Italy. It was all for the Italian Navy. And then they got into making some of these pieces for the general public around 1980. So that's not that long. So they have 4 big families. First of all is a submersible. This is a big chunky watch that's meant to be worn in the water. It can withstand all of that. It comes in 3 different sizes, millimeter sizes. From the smaller to the larger, you can definitely see the big one here. That's a 47 millimeter. That's a big piece. You can take this thing diving. It has that covered crown, so it's protected if you were to hit it under the water or anything like that. So it's protecting that crown, it's keeping it watertight. So that's kind of the
Fighting
reason.
off sharks.
Yes, fighting off sharks is exactly what's happening on this piece. You're looking good fighting off sharks. So
Yeah.
this is a submersible, one of 4 families of theirs.
Mhm.
This one's called the Radiomere family, and the biggest thing difference here is the crown. There is no covered crown on this. This is the only timepiece collection that does not have the covered crown. It just has kind of that larger, more exposed crown. It's much easier to get to. Very slim wire lugs here. This is a much more, I would say, not necessarily dress watch, but dressier watch. And there you go.
A little bit thinner.
Yeah, a little
like
bit
you
thinner.
mentioned.
Absolutely. They love their black dials. They rarely do white dials, Panerai. So that's the Radiomere.
Okay.
Okay, the next one. This is the Luminor Due. This is actually considered their dress watch.
Okay.
It is a little dressier. It is a thinner movement compared to everything else that you're seeing. And this one comes in several different sizes as well. Panerai's always been known for big timepieces, 44 millimeters and up. They are now coming back down. So these are brand new collections right here.
Oh, wow.
In the 38 millimeter, doing very well. This is the ladies or men's timepiece very easily. You can switch out the straps. And again, these are very easy to wear because they are thin movement, not quite as chunky and not quite as big.
And when you said Due, is that because it has 2 different time zones? Is that what I'm seeing here?
It
Or-
is not actually,
Okay,
but
okay,
I like that. I
okay,
like that
okay. I
idea.
thought, you know
That's
what?
all.
I'm looking at it
this
upside
is-
down.
There are second hands on
Oh, that's
there.
the second hand. Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Because I know
And-
sometimes you can have 2 different time zones.
And they don't do a lot of gold, so this is a pretty unique
Yeah.
piece actually.
Is
That
that
this
like
is
a rose
done in.
gold?
Yep, that's rose gold.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Yep, rose gold
Okay.
with a dark gray dial on
So
that.
we've got you covered on that. And then,
And then the last family is the Luminor family, and that's by far the biggest collection within the Panerai 4 families. A tremendous amount. They will always have the covered crown. That's what they're known for. They kind of have this cushion shaped case to them. And that piece right there that you have, that's a very cool piece. I've shown this one before, but I love it. It's brand new. This is the PAM 01661. That's the exact reference on this piece. All the Panerai geeks know exactly what that means. And it's just cool and unique because of the materials on that one is carbon fiber. This is another cool one. This is stainless steel. This is their logo piece.
wow.
This is an opening price point for them. So there's a lot of value in that price point, in this price point, in this watch as well. Very cool. And most of these are going to be 42 millimeter or 44 millimeter. They don't really go above that in that family. So
Okay. Well, and you know what? People, when they get into watches, it really is about the history. It really is about the naming system and everything. So, all
Yeah.
right. If you
Kinda-
want to learn
kinda
more,
nerdy there.
I know, but I love it. No, it's so cool. It's really neat to discover the technology and to know that, yeah, Italian Navy, and now you can own one.
You can own one too. You can have a little bit of history on your wrist.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Lance. And how often are you guys?
We are
using-
here Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
Okay,
So come down and
perfect.
visit us.
They're right in Solaris, so stop by, learn more about Panerai, and a lot of other watch companies are represented here. And of course, the jewels, the estate jewelry. Find out more here at Betteridge. Thanks.
You bet.
All right. Thank you both. Again, Lance, it's always so impressive. I love the knowledge behind each one of these pieces. And hey, you know what? If you want to be fighting off sharks with that Panerai watch today, tomorrow, or Friday, perfect, because we have some nice, hot, dry temperatures in store for you. And also a little bit of haze is going to be involved in that forecast once again today. So again, it's all brought to you by Betteridge, where they have this fine jewelry, gorgeous watches. They have exceptional service, and it's all been happening since 1897. You can find them right in Solaris, like Lance was just saying, Tuesday through Saturday. So Let's take a look at what's going on with our weather. So currently in Vail, 45 degrees. We're going to be seeing a high of 76. Nice bright sunshine right there where Betteridge is. High of 82 in Avon today. And then as you go to Edwards, staying in the low 80s. And then as we move down to Eagle and to Gypsum in the mid to upper 80s. But lots of sunshine, not even a chance of precipitation. And again, it's all happening today, tomorrow, and Friday. That summer-like weather where you can put on that Panerai and maybe go for a little swim here in Eagle County. There we go. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have more in store for you, including some gorgeous real estate. We have another look at what's going on with the weather, your lens of the day. It's all coming up next, so stay with us.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Okay, welcome back into the studio. So, we are so lucky to have kind of the shopping brought to us when it comes to eyewear. And if you haven't been over to Eyepieces of Vail, they truly are the art of vision, right? It's not just your average store. You go in and they can guide you not only if you need a new prescription, but if you need a new look to frame your face. They are the experts. Now, this beauty that I'm about to pull out here. First of all, the packaging on this is just insanely beautiful. This is from Jacques-Marie Mage. And so you open up this, it almost looks like a jewelry box, right? And they have just the most stunning packaging on this. Okay, so as I take the glasses out of their case here, this is the ARP. So I'll open it up for you to see this way. Oh, I love these. Okay, so they've got a little bit of a green tint to them. So I'm not sure if you can see that with our green screen, but this is the VU collection. And the way that they describe these is it's just next level. Okay, so what they say is that they're as weightless as a tribal elder's crow feather, as luminous as the gilded bees of Napoleon's crest. The new optical collection by Jacques-Marie Mage consists of ultra lightweight frames that masterfully combine vintage motifs with cutting-edge craftsmanship to create a refreshing modern aesthetic for prescription eyewear. Right? What the how my goodness. Whoever does their copywriting is amazing. So again, these are from the VU collection. This is the ARP. And Jacques-Marie Mage is also known as JMM. They're out of Los Angeles and they produce limited edition designer goods that specialize in the micro production of artisanal eyewear. Well, I certainly love these ones. And so they do a limited production batch of 350 of these worldwide. And so this comes with their limited edition number. This is part of their packaging. So this is number 161 of 350. So you know that's going to be exclusive and you know that it's going to be something where, you feel and look your best. And they also do their eye exams 7 days a week. So that's available. They can fill your prescription with their on-site world-class lab at Eyepieces. And they also have the ability to customize prescription lenses. So if you haven't been before, they have 7 locations. They have so many around the Vail Valley in Vail and Edwards, up at Beaver Creek. They also have a store in Snowmass now. So stop on in and see them today. They have 30 years of experience. They're amazing. And this is just one of the incredible brands that they carry, Jacques-Marie Mage. So beautiful. Okay, now while you're out and about today, let's say you want to pick up maybe one of their darker lenses and you want to get out there and do a little fly fishing. Well, I believe that our girl Tricia Swinton, because she does everything, right? She's amazing this way. She had a chance to go out and do some fly fishing with John Packer the other day and get all set up. Should we? No, that's a hold. Oh, okay. All right. Well, listen, we're gonna do that a little bit later because Trisha, being the little magician that she is, right? She has run and she's amazing. Let's just put it that way. She's amazing and she's like everywhere at once. I swear there's like three of her, right? Like there's the only way that this can happen. But she, of course, has the lowdown on what's going on with real estate, which is one of the hottest topics in the world right now, and especially here in Eagle County. All right, Trisha, good morning. Hi, Heidi. How are you? It's beautiful out there.
Oh, I know. We've got a gorgeous morning. Heidi woke up early to come and chat with us about some properties she wants to tell us about. Heidi Bintz is with Sotheby's International Realty. Heidi, you've been in the Valley how many years
Since
now?
1985.
85.
I think that's 36.
Yeah, you know
Done
what?
a lot of different things.
I know, she definitely is. You know, she was famous for owning the Double Diamond shop in Lion's Head. You've been in real estate for about 2 decades now?
It's been almost 20 years.
Yeah.
But after I got out of the ski shop business, and I have taught skiing also, I got into real estate, and it is what it is, and I love it.
I know, and it's been very busy, a busy time for you guys, so we appreciate your time this morning.
I've already had 2 calls.
You already had 2 calls this morning, and she's got to go because she's going to be showing property pretty soon. But we're going to let you know about 2 unique properties. One already built, kind of a ranch.
Yes,
You're looking for wide
unique.
open spaces.
Very unique.
The second one will be red sky, some land.
Some land if you want to build your own.
Okay, but let's go to the property near Yampa
It's
first.
between Tapanis and Yampa, so it's about an hour from here.
Is that about Highway 131?
Up 131, about 30 minutes south of Steamboat. And this is a very unique property. It's about 6 miles off of 131. It borders the Root County National Forest. So you're in the woods, but it's a nice dirt road. And this is a ranch called Five Pine. The ranch is at Five Pine Mesa, and there's 10 properties, 9 owners. And these people built this house 18 years ago. It's on 60 acres, and it is an incredible, gorgeous house. So it's 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, over 4,000 square feet. Detached 3-car garage, this hot tub out on a point that you just want to hang out there all night long.
Well, you could check on the cattle.
There are cattle running around. They lease the land to a rancher so they can feed the cattle, and then you get less on the property taxes.
Okay. Oh,
but
little trick.
Right. So it's wood burning fireplace. There's 2 inside, 1 is double, and then 1 outside, and then a fire pit, and a wonderful large kitchen, and it's designer decorated out of Atlanta, and it's being sold furnished as is, minus just a few pieces of art.
Okay.
So it is incredible property. I do have a website called Dome, DOME, Peak Ranch, domepeakranch.com. There's more pictures. There's a Matterport. Video should be done any day now, because I did do a video on that one also. So that's just a very unique property if you want to be out in the woods. There's only one caveat. It's limited winter access. You have to go in via snowmobile or with a truck, which they have that has tracks on it.
Okay.
And then there's a caretaker on site. The other property, there is a barn, but it's more like a working barn for the caretaker, and a really darling 1-bedroom log house that guests can stay in, or these people stayed in it when they were building the property.
Oh, wow.
So it is just truly Colorado, all Colorado. So if you want to see it, let me know. Give me a call.
Okay.
And the other property, so that's just an amazing, unique property. And the other property is in Red Sky Ranch. It's a double lot. It's on the golf course. It's higher up, so you get a lot of aspen trees and beautiful flat, so easy to build. You can build up to 40,000 square feet, so you can build a whole compound for you and your family, and you're right there in the private gated community of Red Sky Ranch.
Okay, yeah, and you know what, Red Sky, just off of the Walcott exit, you've got the 2 golf courses there.
Yes.
Fazio, Norman. So depending on the day, you can just pick which course you want to play. You know what, and they've got so much cool wildlife on that golf course as well. Fox, deer, elk.
Elk, yep. Yeah, I see wildlife every day, and I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
Well, Heidi, if we want to learn more about the ranch property out near Topanga, Yampa, or Red Sky Ranch, tell us where
Give
we can
me a
find
call.
you.
The best way to reach me is to call me at 970-390-8383. And the market is moving quickly. I'm going to look at a piece of property that came on the market last night. I've already got a contract on it, but I just want to double check.
Wow.
They're buying it sight unseen.
Sight unseen. Oh my gosh.
I've done that a few times. So.
That's how
But
fast
pictures
things
are
moving.
important.
Okay, perfect. All right. Heidi Bintz with Live Sotheby's International Realty. Give her a call if you want to see any of these properties, or if you want to kind of plant a seed of what you're looking for, and maybe she can find it for you. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Tricia and Heidi,
Ashley,
thank you
back
so
to
much.
you.
Heidi, that's gorgeous. I was just writing down domepeakranch.com. You just basically showed me my dream home. Thank you so much. I know this is what she does on a daily basis, is make people's dreams come true. But my goodness, to be able to have to access that by snowmobile or special truck in the wintertime, gorgeous. Again, give Heidi a call, 970-390-8383. But get a hold of her quickly because, like she said, she's busy, busy, busy. She's been doing this for a long time. She knows what she's doing. My goodness. Gorgeous. I'm looking at some of the photos still. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about what's going on. If you want to go out and see some of these properties with Heidi, it's going to be a beautiful time to do it, especially for today. We're going to be seeing those nice sunny skies all day long. A little bit of haze has moved back into the valley. So, that's going to be with us probably through the end of the week. So just be aware of that. And like Tricia was saying, get out early if you can. And those temperatures, they're going to warm up again once again today. It's going to be pretty warm out there. So highs will be in the upper 70s and low 80s, depending on where you are. A little bit cooler, in Vail. But if you're going to be going out to Red Sky Ranch, it's going to be a little bit warmer because that's kind of between Edwards and Eagle. But clear throughout the day for today and for tomorrow. So very, very perfect weather to go and view real estate. And same thing for Friday. So sunny, kind of hot, kind of dry. And then things will be changing for the weekend. So as you can see here, the high is dropping to about 70 degrees on Sunday. So it's definitely going to be a little bit more moisture in the forecast, some clouds headed our way for the weekend. I'm very, very excited about that. I'm definitely excited for some cooler weather to watch some football on Sunday. Okay, so a big thank you to Live Sotheby's International Realty. They are providing this local weather forecast. They are Colorado's leading real estate firm, and you can contact one of their Vail Valley broker professionals like Heidi Bintz, and they can help you live the life you love. Okay, now for a lot of you, if you are out here, maybe even it's just for a couple of days, one of the things that you want to do is get out on the rivers. And so Tricia had a chance to go out with John Packer from Fly Fishing Outfitters. Again, they've been around since 1992, locally owned and operated, Orvis endorsed. And so let's take a look at Tricia's time on the river with them.
We're here with John Packer, Fly Fishing Outfitters, and we're on one of their many boats. You got a lot of guides, you take a lot of trips, and one of your favorite things to do is get out on a float trip.
A lot of people like to float because you get to see a whole lot of different water that you wouldn't normally get to see. It adds a little bit of a different variable to the fishing because you are fishing out of a moving boat.
Yeah.
And we typically have 2 anglers and a guide per boat. And it takes teamwork, especially in the boat, because you have to alternate your casting. It can make or break a marriage. Put it that way.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a divorce happen in this boat, so it can add definitely a little bit of tension, but at the same time, it's a great way to get out and experience the river and get to see different things that you wouldn't normally get to see.
Well, just what's so amazing is even looking upstream and just seeing the elevation change and the rocks. It just, no matter where you are, I know you go out in the Eagle,
right?
Of course, many portions of the Colorado.
The Colorado, the Roaring Fork River, and then we fish all the smaller tributaries as well, the Frying Pan, the Blue River, and stuff like that. We fish those rivers on wade trips as well.
fish the Eagle when you're able to. Where else do you guys like to go?
We float the Colorado River, many portions of that. We fish over on the Roaring Fork River, the Frying Pan River, the Blue River. We have hundreds of miles of water that we can get out on. Whether you want to wade fish or float, we can do it all for you.
Okay, awesome. Contact Fly Fishing Outfitters, locally owned, Orvis endorsed since 1992.
I feel like I should let you know that I just found out that our crew behind the scenes are very musically talented, and there may be like a VDL band coming your way at some point, which is amazing. Yeah, Rachel and Emma, my goodness, so excited. Rachel plays the drums, Emma sings. Tell you what, guys, I could maybe, no, I can't. I can't. I once upon a time in middle school, this should tell you how nerdy I am. I played the trumpet for like a little bit, and then basically I got kicked out because I was so bad. But that's how I ended up going to speech class. Ta-da! Thank you, not being good at band. All right. So I'm excited. You guys keep us posted on that. Let's send things back out to Tricia. Let's say, Tricia, do you have any musical skills? I bet you do.
No. You know what? I used to be a soprano in high school, and I sang in choir and swing choir. But then after years of being a cheerleader in high school and college and yelling, make a wedge to the ski school kids, like over a snowmaking gun, I lost it. I got vocal nodes 15 years ago. So I'm maybe an alto. I can maybe sing a little Pat Benatar or a little Blondie. Tight as hot.
Ooh, I bet you could make a guest appearance as Pat Benatar. That would be awesome. Oh my gosh, or Blondie. That's so appropriate, guys. I think you should recruit Tricia for special appearances. I like this. You know what? I'll be your manager. I'll cruise around and talk to people. That's how I can contribute to this.
I do play a good tambourine. I'm good on the tambourine.
Wow. Okay. I like this so much. Well, listen, I also like all your interviews. Man, you were hustling today from the Ford Amphitheater over to Solaris, back to like you were running, weren't you?
Yes, and we decided just to stay here for the close. Yeah, you know what? I wore sensible yet sassy shoes today, so because I knew I'd be running around. So,
Ooh, I
usually I'm in my
like those.
heels.
Cute.
But
Yeah.
if I'm wearing flats, they got to be fun, you know.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I
I 100% agree with you on that. Yeah, need to be fun.
Yeah. So, but
Can't
I'm
be
really
boring.
glad that we were able to show everyone the Ford Amphitheater, and just to let them know, you know, the Vail Valley Foundation, they did so much behind the scenes with that special private task force, and you know, just trying to get funding for different groups that were in need. So once again, while the rest of the world was like binge watching Netflix, they were head down, nose to the grindstone, working for our valley, and you know, this concert, I think the fact that we have all this talent under one roof with our singers, you know, performers that were so affected during the pandemic, a lot of them, you know, were jobless when venues were closed down and people couldn't play at different venues. So I think it's going to be just a great showcase of talent. I'm really excited to go on Thursday.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for hustling so hard and showing us all of those great options and introducing us to so many fun things, and also my dream property. Like, Wow. Oh my gosh. Amazing. So, all right, we're going to let you girls go. Thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure. I'll see you on Friday morning. And before we let all of you go, wanted to introduce you. We have a new segment. It's called VDL Plus. And what we do with VDL Plus is basically help you plan your day. So, first of all, I think we should talk about some of the adventures that you can have today, because we want to adventure and then probably fill up on some delicious calories afterwards. So first of all, if you want to go over to Vail or Beaver Creek, they are doing some epic mountain bike rentals. And so you can book your mountain bikes online, and you can go to epicmountainrentals.com. And so you can always, of course, ride up the mountains if you're feeling like you want to get after it, or you can do the bike haul where they take your bike up to the top of the gondola and then you ride down. So that's pretty cool. Epicmountainrentals.com. Great day for a bike ride, especially with all the sunshine out there. And then a couple other things that are going on outside. They're doing a nature story walk at Walking Mountain Science Center in Avon today. And so this is something, it's for ages 5 to 10. So if you want to bring the kids out, they read a book and take a nature walk to explore how it comes to life. So great way to get the energy out of the kids. Reservations are required, so you can see that number on the screen, 970-827-9725. And then they also have a Vail Nature Center fall nature walk. Oh, Rachel, see that? Fall nature walk. That's at 11 a.m. And so you can learn about how life in the mountains changes with the seasons on a walk with a knowledgeable guide. So very, very cool. And then, of course, we have some live music that's taking place a little bit later on. So let's talk about, after you do those walks and you go for a bike ride, how we want to fuel up. Let's start with Sauce on the Creek. So over in Avon, so this is kind of like right in our neighborhood, they have Whiskey Wednesdays, 25% off everything whiskey. I should probably tell my husband about this. He loves whiskey. So you can go to sauceonthecrown to place your carry-out order or make reservations. And yeah, 20% off all things whiskey. Now let's go back over to Vail where Tricia is. So at the Red Lion, their Wednesday food specials all day long. $11.99 Italian chicken wrap. They have $14.99 spicy crispy chicken sandwich. Chicken salad sandwich is $11.99, and then fish and chips with fries is also $11.99. So that's from 11 to 4. And then they have live music with Andy Seifert from 7 to 11 p.m. this evening. So Red Lion, that was the original location of hospital services in Vail before we had a hospital. Pretty cool. And then let's talk about one last opportunity. So if you want to head over to Minturn, you grill your own steak at the Minturn Country Club. If you've never done this before, this is pretty cool. So you pick it, you grill it, you eat it, and then they serve up the appetizers and sides with beverages and dessert, chicken, fish, shrimp, and veggies to grill as well. And that's 5:30 to close in Minturn. I think that's a great way to end our Wednesday edition of Vail Daily Live. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we'll see you back here live at 7:30 tomorrow.